Hi everybody. There's been a lot of people speaking on behalf against the bike lanes, and I just want to speak in favor of bike lanes in general. And I really appreciate that New York City has put up so many bike lanes. I've lived in New York all my life. I do live in Williamsburg, and I do bike in I live in Greenpoint, and I do bike in Greenpoint and Williamsburg. So I'm glad the bike lanes have been going up. I've ridden on Kent Avenue before the bike lanes, and it's a very, very scary place to ride, but it's a direct way to get to the Williamsburg Bridge, much easier than other routes. I understand that there's a lot of difficulty with the signs that have gone up and the business owners, like the woman who spoke before me, and obviously something has to be done, and you guys are going to research that, and hopefully we'll come up with a solution really, really quickly. But in terms of the bike lanes in general, this is something I go to basically every community board meeting, and this is something that has come up at a lot of the community board meetings, and it's unfortunate that it's an issue that continues to be discussed with such disgust in a way, because there's so many people in the community who benefit from the bike lanes. Our tax dollars all go to keeping the roads well, so there certainly should be tax dollars that go to keeping the bike lanes up or creating bike lanes. There's no harm in that, and it's disappointing that there's such a rally call against it. And I just want to say there are so many people who support it, and we haven't really heard from them other than the one gentleman tonight, and I just wanted to speak in favor.
Yeah.
Bike lanes at Kent Avenue. This forum was disorganized. We could do better in the future. As far as Kent Avenue, I've seen it. I've really dealt with it. Why not just put one bike lane on Kent Avenue in the direction it follows? If it's one-way traffic, if it's a one-way street, let it follow in the direction it follows. Meaning if it only applies to northbound traffic, have the bike lane operate northbound only. Okay? I didn't see the whole street.
Why compare it to other bike lanes?
Fine. Bike lanes, I think they should be placed on wider two-way streets. This way, there's more space, rather than put them on a smaller two-way streets, which are enough space, like on Manhattan Avenue. Okay, we need some more parking garages. Where's more parking garages? There'll be less cars off the street.
All right. Thank you. Go in the direction the street goes. Next.
Thanks, Rich. Hi, my name is Michael Friedman-Schnepp. I'm the co-chair of Neighbors Allied for Good Growth, or NAG. Thank you. We're asking Kent Avenue to do too much here. I think Ward Dennis made this point really, really well on his blog, in that basically the design is wrong. We need Kent Avenue to do these things. We need to make sure that bikers are safe. We need to make sure that our children are safe. And we need to make sure that there's a way for cars to go two ways on the street. And we need to make sure that there's a way for bikes to go two ways on the street without playing bike truck death racing, which is not really a sport that I enjoy playing all that much. There are added value solutions to be had here, and I think that DOT needs to re-examine what the designs that it uses. You can have two-way bike lanes on one side of a two-way street. They do it in Europe. It works out. They're separated from traffic. There are ways to do it. You don't need these buffers if you have the two-way bike lane right next to each other on the water side of the street. This is something that came up repeatedly during the Greenway brainstorming sessions that we had last May. I just want to make one more quick point. The cuts for the subway, I know we went past that, but I just wanted to talk once tonight. They really call for two things. They call for political leadership. The thing on that graph that really came out to me was that at the beginning of that chart that you showed, 24% of the MTA's operating budget came from the city and the state. During 2000-2004, 2% came from the city and the state for the capital budget. And that is the problem. You basically mortgaged the future from 2000 to 2004, and that was the decision that our political leadership made at that time. With all respect to folks up here, I know everyone up here was not part of that. However, it was a decision to make to cut state aid at the time, and I call it the Badaki debt bomb. And that is what we have to address. And so it needs political leadership to address it, and it needs citizen leadership to address it, and show that we need more funding for our subways. Thank you.